the phylum Chordata. Chordates, there are three categories: Euro, Cephalo and Vertebrata. Vertebrata we are continuing with. It is having some, how many superclasses? There are two superclasses in the vertebrates. The superclass Pisces and the superclass Tetrapoda. Tetrapoda for those animals who have limbs for the purpose of locomotion. And there is one more superclass. Vertebrates have a superclass of Tetrapoda, and they have one more. This I am writing as Pisces. Pisces we have discussed, and they have fins for the purpose of locomotion. And again, the fishes are having two classes of the bony fishes and the cartilaginous fishes, right? The Tetrapoda have four classes: Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves and Mammals. Amphi means both. They are found on water and land both. The Reptilia have a dry skin and skin is covered with epidermal scales. Aves with skin having the body covered with feathery skin. And mammals, glandular skin, and it is covered with the exoskeleton of hairs. This is there. Amphibians. So amphibians have so many characters. If you summarize the characters, so they respire through skin. This is one character. Respiration through skin. Right. This type of respiration is called as cutaneous. The respiration through skin is called as cutaneous. Not only they are respiring through skin, they can respire through gills also. Respiration through gills is called as brachial, and brachial respiration is seen in the case of larvae. Common example is the tadpole when they are living in the water. They respire through lungs also. So if you talk about the mode of respiration in the case of amphibians, they are having multiple type of options. They can respire through gills also, they can respire through skin also, and they can respire through lungs also. The respiration through lungs is called as pulmonary. Reason, lungs are also called as pulmonous, and any respiration through lungs is called as pulmonary respiration. And pulmonary respiration will be seen in the case of adults when they are acquiring the terrestrial habitat, they are on the land. So these are the options: option number 1, option number 2, and option number 3. But most common criteria for their classification, none of these, if we compare these four classes, so out of these four, only one is able to respire through skin. Otherwise, reptilia, aves and mammals, they don't have this ability. Skin is there, but that is not used for the purpose of respiration. Exoskeleton is absent. In amphibians, exoskeleton on the body surface, exoskeleton is absent. It is not present. There is no exoskeleton. Otherwise, reptiles have exoskeleton, aves have exoskeleton, and mammalia also have exoskeleton. What type? Reptiles have epidermal scales as exoskeleton, aves have feathery exoskeleton, and mammalians have hairs on the body in the form of exoskeleton. Talking about the limbs in the amphibians, so there are two pairs. This was discussed earlier. There are two pairs of pentadactyl limbs. Two pairs of pentadactyl limbs, and limbs are almost seen in all the classes except some members of reptilia. Reptilia name comes from the word rapellum, and rapellum means creeping. So there are some creeping animals also. Otherwise, limbs are the common character for the members of the superclass Tetrapoda. Respiratory organs are more than one. This we have discussed. Respiratory organs are more than one. If I show you, this is one respiratory organ, this is one more respiratory organ, and this is one more respiratory organ. So amphibians have more than one respiratory organs. This I am writing here: more than one respiratory organ. I just think that if it is asked to you to explain about the type of respiration in amphibians, you can easily mention all these three. There will be no problem for you. The heart is 3-chambered. See how to calculate the number of chambers in the heart. So for this, what you have to do, you just take vertebrates. I'm just giving you a shortcut method to remember the number of chambers in the heart, because many times this is asked in examination and the students, they forget about it, they just have confusion. So you start with the vertebrate, and if you are starting with vertebrate, then you will be writing fishes also. So in terms of vertebrates, this is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. There are 5 types of members in the subphylum Vertebrata. Right. Now how many they have heart and how many chambers are there? So start with number 2. So first you give 2 to fishes, then there will be 3 to amphibians, and then there will be incompletely 4-chambered or 3.5-chambered heart for reptiles, except crocodile. There is one exception here, except crocodile. So 2, 3, 3.5, and the remaining 2 have 4. Very easily you can give the number of chambers in the heart without any confusion. 2-chambered fishes, 3-chambered amphibians. We are discussing about amphibians. So the heart is 3-chambered. So there are 2 auricles and only 1 ventricle, right? And this type of heart is normally venous heart, means it is carrying deoxygenated type of blood. Venous heart is also here also. It is incompletely 3.5-chambered heart. Aves, birds have 4-chambered, mammals also have 4-chambered. Ureotelic. They are ureotelic, means they are excreting what? They are excreting urea. Urea is the common waste product which they are excreting, right? And then fishes are like larva. Fish like larva, that is the tadpole. Examples are toad, frog, hyla, salamander, etc. Examples we mentioned, there will be a toad, right? And if I give one name horned toad, so that will become reptile. Please do remember, toad, frog, right? This is bufo, this is Rana tigrina, and then salamander, because skin is moist, right? And then hyla. These are some of the common examples of the class Amphibia. Nizam, Fiza Nizam.